Okay, so welcome back. So the Knicks have stood hot. They're won now 6 out of 7 after starting 0-3. Last we left off, they had just beaten the Suns, and then they had the Pacers come to town, and we'll talk about that game in a moment. But tonight, the Knicks extending their good play against Charlotte Hornets. And the story of the year so far, of this hot streak, has been Porzingis. I mean, he's playing with so much confidence out there. And again, I don't want to keep. I know I always say this. I know a lot of people are sick and tired of me talking about this, but I always have to bring up. I know it's history, but Carmelo Anthony. I don't want just people to say, you know what, Frank, you were right, because people just were out of their minds last season. Oh, wait till Carmelo leaves. The Knicks are going to suck. They're going to win 10 games. No. You could see the play on the floor. It's not because all of a sudden they brought in great players. Porzingis is playing with tons of confidence. He's the main man now, and it's just like the presence has been lifted from the Knicks organization, a negative presence. So very quickly, we'll go over some highlights. Porzingis, he's this guy. He's the real deal right now. He can run the floor, shoot the three, finish. Let's check out some of his highlights. So he hits the three from the top right. Then he hits the three from almost at the top of the key. He has it all. He has range. It's easy for him, and he's gonna only get better. He's just a kid. He's 22, 23. He's gonna get better. All he has to do is stay healthy. Now, this is what the Knicks have been victim to for the last several years when they retreat on defense. They always get mismatched. Nobody knows who to guard. Now, here you see it. Jared Jack. You can see it's over. Once Porzingis has this much space between himself and the basket with no one on, look at this. There's no one on him. He's going to go for the alley-oop. Okay, so as we fast forward, Dwight Howard of the Hornets, he gave the Knicks matchup problems tonight. Nobody could guard him down low, and when they did, all he did was dish it outside. The Knicks were struggling for in the first second and third quarter. Charlotte was pretty much just scoring at will. But the Knicks in the fourth quarter, just like they've done pretty much on this homestand, they have come to own the fourth quarter. Well, no, own's a strong word, but they're starting to assert themselves in the fourth quarter, which is the first step any contending team must accomplish, is establish home court dominance, advantage, and to do that, you have to own the floor and the game in the fourth quarter at your building. McDermott tonight comes off the screen. He's got a nice shot. So far, he looks like a nice pickup. He's another one. He's playing with confidence. He can shoot the ball. He can slash. It's just the Knicks. I even last year, their problem's not so much offense, and who really, and this the NBA these days, there's hardly any defense being played. If you have a couple of 3 or 4 above average NBA players in your team, you got to put up 100 on most nights, and then in crunch time, not only is the fourth quarter important, but none is more important than the last 2-3 minutes of any NBA game. But again, you have to establish yourself at home, come the last 3 minutes, you have to lock down the other team on defense, hit clutch shots, and now you see, look at this play, the Knicks run. The Dwight Howard comes on top because he has to meet Porzingis because Porzingis is a threat out there. And now look, Frank Ntilikina, he's coming around. Now it creates this. Porzingis could push off and cut. But let's see what happens. So Porzingis faked cutting and driving. Instead, he steps back, and Ntilikina passes to him. They've obviously practiced this. They've had practiced many times in practice, and now this leaves Porzingis open for the three, and he's gonna make these shots. And then here, another play towards the end of the game. They don't go up to meet Porzingis. Hardaway finds him, and then two Hornet defenders rush to him, which leaves Frank Ntilikina open. But right now, he's not respected. His shot is not established, so they will come off of him. But still, he could still drive. Well, let's see what happens. So instead, Porzingis decides to take it to the hole, and he can. He's right now, number one, that tells me he's playing with so much confidence. He wants the ball at the end of the game, and his 7'3" frame, his athleticism, and his coordination makes it possible. He took two defenders from the top of the key and drove easily. That's a layup. So there you have it. The Knicks closed it out 118-113. Again, another good, solid win at home. You see this. Porzingis didn't go crazy scoring-wise in this game, but he made the shots when it counted down the stretch. McDermott had his best game, arguably as a Knick. Getting bench play. Kyle O'Quinn, Lance Thomas, they're putting up 10 and 5, 12 and 5. These are the lunch pail guys. They're putting in work. And look at Frank Ntilikina, as he's still, he's a baby. This guy, he should be probably a sophomore in college right now. Played 25 minutes, solid minutes. You don't have the big numbers, 3 points, 3 rebounds, but here, this is a big number, 8 assists. He's only a kid. He's gonna get better. He's being a general out there, and he played big minutes down the stretch. And, of course, his defense is always there. So, the Knicks look good. And, again, let's just quickly look over that Indiana box score. And this is the game against Indiana. They won over the weekend. Or I should say early in the week. Porzingis, 40 points. He's playing with, again, like I said earlier in the video, he's playing with so much confidence. He looks like he's out there toying with people. It looks like he's a man among boys. And everybody on the Knicks is contributing. I just want to finish off with one thing. If you're a Knicks fan right now, you should be happy. Very happy. Rightfully so. It's been a long time coming since they've been playing consistent. Yeah, the Knicks were playing won games in the first half last year, but it wasn't the same. It's not the same as it is now. You can see that the team is happy out there. They're playing with togetherness, which is something the Knicks have been lacking for almost since 2012 when they made the second round. Concerning Porzingis, I said it in the last video, I'll say it again. He regressed last season. There was all that controversy surrounding him in the summertime when he missed the exit interview with Phil Jackson. There was a lot of behind the scene things a lot of people don't know. again, regarding with Carmelo Anthony, that there was a story that Carmelo Anthony cursed Porzingis out behind closed doors because Porzingis had praised the triangle offense to a reporter. Carmelo Anthony's gone. Goodbye. Phil Jackson is gone. He was responsible for drafting Porzingis, Frank Ntilikina. They're gonna be future All-Stars, I think. Porzingis, if he stays healthy, for sure. But there's a but. There's been some talk. Oh, well, maybe the Knicks could play this way the whole year, and maybe they could make the playoffs, even if it's the 8th seed. Maybe. Who knows? Right now, there isn't that many good teams in the NBA. It's a pretty weak league right now. You have your usual suspects, the Warriors, the Rockets. You know, OKC's with their new acquisitions, Anthony, Paul George, with Westbrook. They're gonna be in the thick of things out there. San Antonio's gonna be in the thick of things. In the East, the Celtics, I think they're going to be the team to beat. Although the Cavaliers right now, they've hit a bump in the road. Don't forget, they're going to get Isaiah Thomas back probably in February. At least, if not February, March, at least for the last 10, 15 games of the year for the playoffs. And any team that has a LeBron in his prime, they're going to be a threat. So don't write off the Cavaliers yet. So, can the Knicks make the playoffs? Maybe. Well, you never know. If everything clicks, why not? Should they? No. And you say, why not? To do what? To avoid a sweep in the first round, probably at the hands of the Celtics? There's no way the Knicks win 2 games against the Celtics in the first round. No way. They won't. They'll be lucky to take 1 game against the Celtics. But don't worry about it. The Knicks are going to lose plenty of games on the road this year. They're a young team. Home is different from the road in the NBA. They're going to lose their fair share of games on the road, and then come the deadline. They're gonna probably make a couple of deals to free up some salary cap, maybe acquire another draft pick. So I figure the Knicks will land at about 35 wins, 38 wins. And if they don't make the playoffs, that would be better for the future, because then they could get a decent first round pick, and then you could do something with that pick. Even if it's a 10th pick, number 10, 11 pick, you could do something with it. Maybe you could put it in a package. But right now, the only 3 players on the Knicks are KP, Frank Ntilikina, and Hernan Gomez. And I say those 3 because they're young. They're under 23. All 3 of them are under 23. So you got to build around those 3. And when you draft, you got to draft not only by talent but with age. So if you draft a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, that's going to be if he pans out, will stick around with the core. Or like I said, you could package that trade draft pick and maybe bring somebody. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. But anyway, good win again by the Knicks. Let's see what happens. I'll talk to you soon.